Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Nellis Gymnasium for tonight's matchup between the Barton Cougars and your
Welcome into Nellis Hall, where we have a great women's basketball matchup here tonight. I'm Logan Mance alongside Matt Dick, and we're getting ready to see Coffeyville versus Barton. Coffeyville coming again here 8-7. Barton coming in here 10-5. And Matt, Coffeyville coming in here with 2 straight losses. How can they bounce back?
Well, it's going to be hard to bounce back after Barton has done a great job this year, especially with Coffeyville having a lot of injuries. But one person that you got to look to with production is, of course, Sky Jasper. 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists.
And here's the lineup for Coffeyville, and you see Sky Jasper in the lineup. And another person to look to is Lucy Burke, 6-foot sophomore out of Melbourne, Australia. And that is the lineup for Coffeyville. And for Barton, who do you look for on Barton's lineup?
And for Barton, you got to look for Jalen Stapleton. She averages 15 points a game, almost 4 rebounds, and 4 assists, so a very well-rounded player. Another person you got to look to, of course, is someone named Fautu Nato. If that's how you pronounce it, 6 a game, 7 rebounds. She's has a great defensive pressure and averages 1 block a game, so you got to look for her down low in the post.
Yeah, Jalen Stapleton averaging 15 points per game, and Barton coming in here 10-5 against 7-4 in conference and on a 2-game winning streak. And we're getting ready to start here tonight as, again, they're introducing in the lineups. And we're looking for a fine matchup here tonight.
And I think we'll get that, Logan. Both teams very well matched. This is going to be a hard-fought game. Both teams love to win, of course. And both teams have a rich tradition. Of course, both coaches are pretty new. Both are actually on their 2nd year. So both have winning records so far. So let's see how they both strategize, see if they go with more of a zone or a man. I mean, you never know, but it's going to be a fun time to watch women's basketball.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Stephen Harrell for Coffeyville in his 2nd year, 30-16 overall. And for Barton, Alan Clark, 2nd year, 27-20. And we're getting ready for tip-off as Alexis Wooden up there to tip it off against Sek Nato. And it looks like Coffeyville will get the first possession of the ball game here tonight in Nellis Hall.
And someone else you got to look out for is, of course, Michaela Tanksley. She runs the offense. She kind of she flies below the radar. She does so much for this team, and there's Alexis Wooden with the pull-up jumper. That's a great job for her. She gets about 7 a game and is a great starter for this Ravens offense.
Alexis Wooden got 2 points at Butler, already matching that here tonight with a nice pull-up above the free throw line jumper to get the first points of the ball game here tonight. And let's see if Barton can answer. 3 is long, offensive board, and a foul.
And that's Taylor Reagan right there. She does a great job, 9.6 points a game and 8.7 rebounds, so almost a double-double. She doesn't look very strong, but she's very athletic and knows how to position her body to box out and get those rebounds.
First free throws of tonight. First one is off for Taylor Regan. 5'10" freshman at Alberts, Kansas. Doesn't get any of the free throws. Alexis Wooden cleans it up for the Red Ravens. And you'll see McCree take up the ball for the Lady Red Ravens. Now McCree, she wants to shoot. Leaves it short. And here comes the Cougars.
That was a great job by McCree. She just felt like she had enough space, just not enough behind that. And then you're going to see a traveling violation by Nato.
Yeah, you can really tell McCree took some time to line up that shot, and it gave the defender an extra step to try and defend her shot.
Exactly, and that's one thing that you got to look for this offense to do. They're not a very good catch-and-shoot team, but they are really good in transition. So if they figure out how to get in transition a lot, I believe they can pull away with this game. And then there's Lucy Burke with the three. She's just off a little bit.
So 0 for 2 on threes to start the game. The first one was McCree, and now Lucy Burke off on the second three, but remains Coffeyville possession.
And Lucy Burke, of course, she's like the master with that three-point shot. Shoots about 30% on the year, and there's another miss for her. But that's a great job by Alexis Wooden to get that offensive board.
Nice pull-up by McCree. Couldn't get it to go. Now the Cougars.
Coffeyville jump shot kind of seems off tonight, but let's see if they can pull it around. Definitely think they can. And then that's Nato with the rebound. And then the put back up. That's a great job by her to get that offensive board and to get the 2 easy points. And now they are tied 2-2.
Good job by Fatalia to put that up. And now McCree. And a miscommunication and a turnover from the Lady Red Ravens. And these possessions, other than the first one, haven't looked so good.
Yeah, and I think they're kind of coming out here playing a little conservative, in my opinion. I believe it's because they have so many people injured, but you just got to trust how you've been playing the whole year. I mean, you have a winning record, so that's a plus. You have a star player in Sky Jasper. You just got to let her play how she's been playing the whole year and how your team's been playing.
Looking inside to Alexis Wooden, trying to go to her left. Scramble for the ball, and the Cougars pick up the loose ball.
That was a great job by Alexis Wooden to drive in there. That was a lot of contact for her to absorb and to get that in, but good job by her.
A nice move inside, and Fatalia puts it home. A nice dish off from Juliana Shaw. Trying to get movement inside. Now to Sky Jasper. Nice little runner in the lane.
And there you go. Sky Jasper gets most of her points from down low. You know that. She's only shot 2 threes on the year, so that's real. So down low, that's really where she makes her money. And then you see right there with the nice little turnaround runner to tie up this game.
A nice move by Giuliano, and Coach Harrell not happy with his defense.
Yeah,
no lane protection.
Juliana Chagos. She averages about 9 a game, 53 from the field. So she's a great offensive presence for this Barton Cougars offense.
Sky Jasper will draw the contact. Michaela Jellison picks up her first foul. And let's see if Coffeyville can tie it.
Sky Jasper shoots 68.8 from the line. So basically you can round that up to about 70. So she does a great job on the year. And she gets there pretty frequently. Sorry about that. And so you got to give her credit. Like I said, most of her points from down low. So she gets fouled a lot, and she does a great job at the line.
Second free throw is off the heel of the rim. Cougars pull it down. And with 5:45 left, up by 1. And a scramble for the ball, and knocked out of bounds by Sky Jasper.
That's a great job by Sky Jasper to anticipate that pass, but kind of a scramble around for the Ravens defense right there. Miscommunication, I believe, on some part. A lot people weren't guarding their right assignments. And there's Nato again with the turnaround and misses it. And a great rebound by Alexis Wooden.
So here comes the Lady Red Ravens. Lucy Burke hesitated on the 3. And now Coach Harrell wants to set up some offense. Pull-up jumper. Coffeyville has really struggled here early on to get quick and efficient offense. They've had to make some tough shots and some shots at the free throw line.
And you got to give some props to how this Barton defense has been locking them up. They haven't had a lot of ball movement down low, and that's where most of their points come from, of course. I mean, they're a good three-point shooting team, but they just can't find a way to move the ball around to get an open three-point shot.
Yeah, like you said, most of the three-point opportunities have been contested and almost forced at some point in this game. And see if Coffeyville can turn up the offense. .420 left and a long three from Lucy Burke. She lined it up and got it.
And you got to love that. She does a great job bringing her team in the lead. Now it's 8-6. You love to see her release because it's high. People can't. She doesn't have she doesn't jump with her jump shot. So having the high arc release really helps her. And right there, she follows through and does a great job. And then here's Tanksley in transition. And right there, she shows off her speed and gets the easy 2 points, and now they're up by 4.
Yeah, that was literally coast to coast. She caught it on the baseline and took it to the hoop for a score. And another turnover. That's 2 turnovers in a row. Full Love gets that one.
And this is where the Ravens really thrive right now, is in transition. And right there, another opportunity at the line. Let's see if they can convert. But you got to like the hustle by, of course, Tanksley on the last play, and then Full Love on that recent play. Both turnovers, great steals, way to anticipate the pass, and then now you get a chance to bring your team up by 6.
Alexis Wooden with 3 points, couldn't make it 4 after this free throw, and we'll see Lucy Burke head to the bench and see Tatina McCree coming to the game for the Lady Red Ravens. 2 of 2 at the line. And now we'll see Andrea Lee coming to the game. So Coffeyville, it was a 6-5 advantage for Barton. And now Coffeyville's made it a 12-6 lead. And these turnovers, that's 3 in a row for the Cougars. And Coach Clark not too happy. Going to send in some subs. Looks like Rihanna White coming to the ball game. And Fatul will come out.
And that's just miscommunication right there. Try to make a good pass. That would have been an easy 2 points to put it up there. Just a little too high for her to get. And then the Ravens get another chance to build their lead right here.
Coffeyville trying to play some half-court offense. Been more successful on the fast break, but a nice give and go to Ciandra Lee for the nice give and go bucket.
And, of course, Lee doesn't get a lot of playing time, only 1.5 points a game, but does a great job there finding Sky Jasper, and then, of course, Sky Jasper finding her right back for the wide open 2. And here's a 3-point, and that's a good job by Natasha Dolinski.
I think her foot was on the line. It was a 2, but nevertheless a good shot and a nice find for the Cougars on offense. They struggled with 3 turnovers in a row and finally got a bucket on the 4th. Seven on the shot clock. McCree to the hoop. 2 tough off the backboard. Now here are the Cougars in fast break. It looked like Coffeyville was outnumbered on that play and just had to settle for a foul.
And that's Jalen Stapleton, of course. She's going to be a staple in this game. Averages about 15 a game, 3.7 rebounds and 4.1 assists. So a great all-around player for this Cougars offense and defense, and does a great job at the line. Let's see if she can bring her team closer to reaching into this gap a little bit. Coffeyville doing a great job in transition. That's one reason why they have the lead.
Stapleton, normally an 82% free throw shooter, misses both. And luckily, Coffeyville gets the rebound and open break. Oh, and C. Angela Lee comes back for the steal. Shot the ball up and came back to get the steal. Now McCree.
And that's a great job by Lee to get that, miss the shot, go get the steal, and then you saw a little bit of her handles right there, and then you find the wide open McCree. And then she did a great job lining up her shot. I think she's taken too long to line up her shot tonight. And I think she's getting in her own head. And then they step out of bounds right there, and then another turnover. A lot of turnovers in this first quarter after they were having a pretty good start. What do you think they have to do to turn it around, Logan?
Well, you can tell if they brought as much as intensity as Coach Harold has to coaching, they'd be up by, I think, 30 points right now because Coach Harold is very animated on the sideline. But Coffeyville stay in transition and cause these turnovers, and I think you can walk away with a victory.
Definitely. And what he was doing, he was telling Lucy Burke he couldn't just reach for that ball right there. But that's a great job by everyone, trying to communicate, and they just couldn't get the pass. And then I believe that is a blocking foul by Full Love.
And I think they got the right call right there as Full Love was not in the right position. I think she was set, but that Euro step kind of clipped her side, and she wasn't straight up with it. A nice inbounds play and a score from the Cougars.
And that was Michaela Jellison, 9.6 points and 6 rebounds a game. So all around, she gets almost 10 points, so, that's a great contributor to the offense.
Lucy Burke for 3. Now make it 1 for 6 here in the first quarter from the three-point arc for the Lady Red Ravens. Under 25 seconds left to play, to the hoop, and a blocking foul. I believe that's on McCree.
And that's Juliana Chagos, 9.6 a game, and then 73 from the line. She does a great job controlling herself, going up there, absorbing all the contact, still focused on the shot, and then, of course, getting the and one opportunity. She has a good chance of getting it. Let's see if she does to bring her team only down by 1.
Yeah, we saw just a minute ago it was a 12-5 ball game, and now the Cougars on a little run of themselves to bring it within 1. 14-13 ball game, 15 seconds, and looks like Coffeyville will hold for the last possession in the first quarter.
And to me, it looks like the best basketball Coffeyville is playing right now is in transition. And there's Full Love pulling up. Usually she's not a three-point shooter, but does a great job there. And, of course, like we said, she doesn't get a lot of playing time. And only 1.6 points, 2.1 rebounds, and doesn't shoot the three a lot. But right there at the buzzer to put her team up by 4. What do you think Coffeyville's doing right now?
That last shot was a lot of confidence. They need to bring that more on offense. But like I said earlier, getting turnovers and getting nice-looking shots on the offensive end, and it's working for them. But they let the Cougars come back in the game, so we need to shore up the defense. But Coffeyville ending that first quarter 2 of 7 from the three-point arc. And that's got 6 of their 17 points.
And one thing, if Coffeyville wants to blow open this game, I believe they have to get tougher down low. They got a lot of size, Barton does down low, especially with NATO. I believe, how tall is she?
6'2".
Yeah, 6'2". I mean, that's pretty tall for a girl. And, of course, our tallest player is only 6'3", and she doesn't get a lot of time. That's Natalia Suttle. So we gotta match their size down low and match their intensity, so that way she doesn't get as easy down low baskets.
Yeah, if you're looking for the tallest Red Raven that gets the frequently most time would be Alexis Wooden, 6'1". That'd be the tallest that gets the most time, and she's a senior. So tough to match up with an extra inch of height, and they go right to her. Cougars pick up the offensive rebound, and that's kind of the toughness you were talking about.
Exactly, and they showed it right there that they're not gonna back down, even though she's taller and a little bit, and she has a nice wingspan too. You can tell good length, athleticism, but they're not gonna back down, and they're gonna play tough defense. And right there, Lucy Burke gets the rebound, just steps out of bounds, unfortunately.
So just getting started in this second quarter. Coffeyville has a 4-point advantage, and Coffeyville in a little zone defense. Body's hitting the floor, and it looked like she ran out of space there on the deep baseline, and a turnover.
And that's a great hustle all around for the Ravens defense. You saw them right there getting in the face of the Cougars, and they're doing a great job matching their intensity. You didn't really see that intensity in the first quarter, and now they're doing it right now, and I believe they could blow open this game. And right there, wide open Sky Jasper, and that's a great find by Full Of to find, of course, the leader of this offense, Sky the Limit Jasper.
Yeah. She leads the team with 11.6 points, had 8 points at Butler. And she gets 3 points here thus far in this first half, and a corner three is off. Full Of cleans up the rebound for the Lady Red Ravens, and she hit a massive three to close the first quarter. Probably a 25-footer?
Yeah, exactly. She was at least 3 foot back from the line, so Steph Curry range if you say that. But she's looking like a presence that could be known at the end of this year. And then Sky Jasper, nice turnaround jumper by her. And then Barton, I believe, called the timeout. They're not playing very good defense right now. And right now, I think Full Of is kind of the MVP of this game so far. She's bringing the intensity. She's hit the big shot so far, getting great assists, looks, and just really intense down low, like I said she needed to do. And Coffeyville's looking good right now. What do you think, Logan?
Yeah, on that mark, I think Full Of has collected a lot of boards this far, been dominant in the paint, and obviously hitting that long-range three. And Sky Jasper, you give her the ball a lot more because she is looking quite hot thus far in this game.
Exactly, and one thing that Sky Jasper always surprises me at is that she's also unselfish. She doesn't have to have the ball to be able to run this offense. You always see her yelling at teammates, being a leader, and that's what you want from one of your sophomores that's going to go on to play at a better school or a Division I or Division II school and do good there too. And that's one thing that you got to look at if you're a scout, is someone that doesn't have to always have the ball but does a great job leading their team.
Yeah, on that mark, I think Sky Jasper is an excellent executioner, as Coach Harrell drawled up that play, and she had a nice cut to the basket, and they found her for the easy layup.
And instead of calling the foul, that was actually a shot clock violation. So great job. The Ravens defense right now is looking pretty tough to beat.
So 7:45 left, and again, Coffeyville on a 21-13 8-point lead, and they get the possession back on a turnover. And she gets the layup on a little bully ball, and you can tell Coach Harrell saying, get her the ball, and she did the most with it.
Exactly. She's looking very confident right now. That's a great drop step right there to get the easy two, and right now they're up by 10. So largest lead of the game. They're playing great defense and great offense, and then there's a 3 attempt and then the rebound by Alexis Wooden. But right now, Full Of, you got to give her the ball. So you got to look for her or Sky Jasper to give them, either of them, the ball. They definitely have the hot hand. You could definitely blow this game wide open.
A nice find, and couldn't find the backboard, a nice angle. Not a good angle for full love, and a little bit of contact from Sky Jasper. And another thing we haven't talked about is foul trouble. And like you said, a lot of people injured here thus far. Dana Relaford, Adelina Carr, Kaylee Brown, and Naylon Smith, the second leading scorer, all out for this ball game here tonight. And you can't allow foul trouble, and you got to do the most with your bench here tonight as Coach Harrell.
Exactly, and you look up at there, and both teams are actually keeping the fouls pretty low right now. So that's a great thing to think about. You're doing a good job coaching, and right now Coffeyville, of course, has the lead. One thing that Sky Jasper does do a lot is get in foul trouble, but this game she's doing a great job of keeping out of it.
She's got one foul, so still got to be a little careful. And here comes Tanksley. Open three, she'll take it, and that falls for Lucy Burke. Make it 3 for 8 for the Lady Red Ravens.
And I believe that's 2 for 4 for her from 3, so that's a great job by her. She loves to shoot that 3 and actually gets about 30% of them to go, which is a great percentage if you consider how much she takes. She usually takes almost 5 to 6 threes a game, so that's a great job.
Inside to Wooden. Cross-court pass. McCree will take it. And that is a little bit long, but the long rebound from Sky Jasper allows a fresh shot clock. Inside, that's where Sky Jasper scores, and she does.
Sky Jasper's looking hot right now. She's doing a great job pulling up with a great jumper. Once again, that is definitely one of her strong suits, the mid-range to down low in the post. Definitely where she gets pretty much all of her points. And then you got to love the intensity to get the rebound by her and then get open for the jumper. And now your team's up by 15 with 5 minutes to go in the first half. So what do you think Barton has to do to kind of chip at this lead?
Well, what they did in the early part of the game is get those offensive boards and put them back up, and it looks like Fatul Nato is in foul trouble, or she just at the bench. I did not check, but she's done a nice job on the boards, but Cougars got to do a lot of better job of getting extra possessions. And stay away from the turnovers, and that's one right there, and a give off to Sky Jasper to the cup, and rejected.
That's a great job by Julian Chagos. Kind of did a LeBron chase down right there. If you watched him in the Milwaukee game, that one where he swatted that layup right there, that's what it kind of looked like, and that's a great job. And then the easy 2 points in transition. When you're outnumbered 2-1, it's kind of hard to play great defense. And now they are only down by 13.
That kind of ends the 14-point run for the Lady Red Ravens. So again, the Cougars in this zone and trying to work the middle for the Coffeyville's offense. And Sky Jasper stays hot from the field.
And Sky Jasper, you got to love how she shoots the ball, how she's always confident, and of course, she doesn't take bad shots. You can always see where you always understand that a shot that she's going to take is going to be a good one. Even if you disagree with her, she thinks it's going to be good, and most of the time it goes in. So
you can tell she does a good job of getting to her hot spots where she knows she can make the shot and be more confident. She's done a nice job doing that here tonight. And a tough turnover from Alexis Wooden. Could not get a grasp on the possession.
But that was good ball movement. You got to give props to Coach Harrell. That was a good looking play right there to get in down low. You just got to keep a hold of that ball and do a good job next time. I know Alexis Wooden will, and because she's a good player. And then that's a missed 3 once again by the Cougars. And Coffeyville has a chance to stretch out this lead even more.
3:30 left in the second quarter. Coffeyville has the lead 30-15 and looking to add on with a McCree 3.
And they're up by 18 now. So you got to start looking, Barton, what to do to stop this now 3-point attack, because they've done a better job in this second quarter shooting the 3. I believe they made 4 this quarter, if I'm correct, and they've done a great job there. Tatiana McCree finally gets one to fall down. Lucy Burke has been shooting well from there. And, of course, you know, the Full Love at the end of the first quarter, nice big 3.
Yeah, Full Love has brought good minutes off the bench. McCree's done a nice job shooting and rebounding here tonight. And you can tell Lucy Burke is anxious to shoot it, but Tanksley on the step-in jumper.
And Tanksley doesn't take a lot of threes, but she likes to take 1 or 2 steps to that free throw area, mid-range area right there, and does a great job scoring points and shooting that mid-range. And right there, now they're up by 20. So you got to start thinking right now in terms of a blowout right now if Barton can't get their offense under control.
Yeah, Barton only scoring 2 points in the second quarter. And that's just another sloppy turnover from the Cougars. Coach Clark is upset.
And the Ravens are bringing some intensity that I haven't seen in a while. You can definitely tell when they went on that 4-game win streak, and then they played against, I believe, Garden City. They lost, and then they lost against Butler. So they were on a 4-game winning streak, feeling hot, and then they lose 2 in a row. You see that intensity that they were bringing during those 4-game wins right there, and you see it once again. And you got to start thinking that this could be a trend for the rest of the year. And they could do a great job going deep in this tournament if they can keep that intensity going.
Yeah, this definitely doesn't look like a Lady Red Raven team that has 4 injuries, as they are looking very hot tonight. But just the first half here, and we still got another half coming. So anything is possible, and the Cougars are one of the top teams in the conference for a reason, sitting at 6th. So 7-4 in conference, so definitely they can make a run like Coffeyville has.
Exactly, and if you let the Cougars get on a run, they do a great job. They average about 73 a game, so if they only get 15, they're going to be well below their average of what they usually get. So let's see if they can turn it around, get a little run here or there before the end of the second quarter, get some momentum, and see if they can play better offense or defense in the second half.
Under 2 minutes left to play. 15 on the shot clock for the Lady Red Ravens. McCree hesitated on 3. Now off to Jasper. She's liked that shot, left it long, and McCree picks it up for the layup, and just off mark. And the Cougars struggling on the rebounding end. So the Cougars down by 20. Kind of need to etch into this deficit, and that's one way to start it. Just left it short. Full Love cleans up the defensive board. Coach Harrell wants to slow down his offense and work late into the shot clock. Lucy Burke, contested 3. Yes, that falls.
And that's what you love about her not ever rattled confidence right there. She always knows that she can shoot the ball, and she never has hesitation on it, and always does a great job of just spotting up and shooting it. She doesn't need a lot of time. She's got a quick release, and then there's another turnover for the Cougars. You got to start thinking right now what's going through the Cougars coach's head right now. Coach Clark, he's thinking right now, he's like, what can I do to help out my team? They're down by over 20, which is a pretty big margin in any sport, really. So you got to start thinking, what can I do? Is there someone on the bench I can go to help out my team? Is there someone that I can talk to at halftime to kind of rile them up, to talk to other people on the team to get them riled up? You got to start something. You got to start a fire under them, because this Ravens offense right now is looking pretty sharp.
3 from Lucy Burke. Yes, 2 up 2 on 2 possessions.
And that's what you love about her. She could get hot and stay hot the rest of the game. You got to kind of get that microwave, as in 2K, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right there. That's what she has, I believe. She always has the hot hand, and that's a great run to end on for Coffeyville, up by a lot, 41-17 at the half. And what do you think right now, Coffeyville? One thing Coffeyville's doing right, Logan.
Attacking the boards and getting Sky Jasper the ball, but there's been a lid on the basket for the Barton Cougars as we're going to send it to halftime. I'm Logan Mance alongside Matt Dick, and your Lady Red Ravens have a 41-17 lead going into break. You're watching Red Raven TV. Back here in the second half. I'm Logan Mance alongside Matt Dick, getting ready to start this second half, and Coffeyville on a huge run, Matt, 27-2. And Barton was shut out to only 4 points, only 2 made baskets.
Exactly, and one person that you got to look at, of course, you saw her shooting a lot of threes, 4 for 7 from downtown, Lucy Skittles Burke. And, of course, Sky Jasper, 5 and 8 from the field. And everyone's just playing well, lots of intensity. And you got to love how the Ravens have controlled this game. And in the first quarter, did not shoot very well from 3, and then turned it around and ended up shooting a very well 46% from downtown at the end of the half.
And like we said, Barton only scoring 4 points, and they get 2 points right off the bat here in the second half. Michaela Jellison, sophomore from Protection, Kansas. And now we'll see the Barton Cougars turn over the ball again.
And that's a great way for Alexis Wooden to start off the second half. Get right in front of the defender, put your arms up, get set, and take the charge. I believe that is one of the hardest plays to perform as a basketball player. You got to, not get scared and not buckle or anything. You got to stay perfectly still. And, there's a possibility you could get hurt. You're just sacrificing your body, and you do a great job there. And the turnover, bad communication from Sky Jasper. Let's see how Barton transitions. And that's a great score right there to bring him only down by 20. And that's a nice 4-0 run by them right out of the gate.
Yeah, Michaela Tanksley was the intended pass. Was intended to get the ball, and Sky Jasper threw the turnover and allowed Barton to get a layup. And Coach Harrell calling the timeout to instill the intensity that they brought that second quarter into the Lady Red Ravens. Now it's back to a 20-point ball game.
Definitely, and one thing you got to think is if they don't bring that intensity, Barton could go on a nice run as well. But you got to think right now with a 20-point lead, you're pretty comfortable. But you can't just lay down. You still got to go out there and make baskets because this Barton offense, of course, is a very well-oiled machine and can get baskets in a hurry.
And we saw a lot of comeback victories. You mentioned the college national championship game. And there's Lucy Burke.
And now she is 5 for 8 downtown. That's all she shot today is threes. And she does a great job there. And then there's a jump ball, and Coffeyville gets the ball right back. So now they are up by 23, and they're getting the ball back. Lucy Burke has been hot from downtown today. And I believe that is going to be the one storyline we're going to say all day.
Lucy Burke combined for 5 total three-pointers. The rest of the team only has 2. And she's done a nice job with 15 points. The sophomore leader out of Australia. And here comes Tanksley to the hoop. Scoop shot.
And Michaela Tanksley in the first half, only 4 points and 3 assists. And that's great ball movement right there for her to go in and get the easy 2 points. And there's a foul on Tatiana McCree. I believe that's a blocking foul. And Barton will get a fresh shot clock and be able to take it above half court.
So the Cougars trying to limit turnovers at 13 in the first half. 12. And now with 15 on shot clock, a long 3 falls. A nice shot by Stapleton.
And Jalen Stapleton did not hit a single shot in that first half. Only took 1 shot and did not make any free throws. So 0 points for her. And that is very uncommon. She always does a great job getting points. Of course, leading the team in points with 15 a game. So with her production out, definitely been hard for them to get back in this game.
Rebound by Shaez. And now to the hoop. And then out.
And right now you see Barton kind of having new life right now. You got to kind of shut that down if you're Coffeyville, and that's how you do it right here with Lucy Burke hitting a wide open 3. She is 6 for 9. That is a great percentage right there. And you got to start thinking, you got to kind of start double teaming her from there if she's shooting that well. She hasn't missed a single 3 right now in the second half. And then there's Barton responding. But Coffeyville is still up by 23.
Barton doing a nice job answering Coffeyville, but trading a 3 for a 2. And you still got a long haul to climb back in this ball game.
And definitely one of the two different tells for the teams is the three-point shooting. Did not make a single 3 for Barton. And Coffeyville shot 46%. That's a great percentage. Usually they only hover around 30 to 31%, so that's well over the regular percentage. And then you see Sky Jasper getting the easy 2. Right now this team is looking pretty good.
To the hoop and scores.
And right now the teams are matching their intensity, and it's looking more like a ball game right now. Even though Barton's down by a lot, it's looking like they're actually playing some basketball right now.
Taylor Regan using her size, her 5'10 frame, the freshman going to the hoop and scoring. She got 2 buckets in a row, and they're looking profitable on her side.
Number 11, Taylor Reagan, her second foul. Team foul number
Now we'll see McCree and Wooden exit, and we'll see Full Love and Lee enter the ball game.
And, of course, Full Love, we talked about her, how her presence on the court has been big for this team. And, of course, hitting that big 3. She had 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. So, all around a pretty good first half for someone that comes off the bench. Let's see if she has a good second half.
Natasha Dulinski and Mallory Miller into the ball game for Cougars. A long 3, it falls.
And that is 7 for 10, 70%. You do not say that a lot, except if your name is Stephen Curry. That right there, I believe she definitely has one of the best shot from that range right there. As you can tell, 7 for 10, that is definitely racking up some points. And, of course, shooting very well and with confidence.
To the hoop, a nice screen by Lucy Burke. She does it all intensely. To the cup and finish.
Yeah, that is a great screen right there. You don't usually see them run a screenplay, but right there, threw him off guard intensely with her speed, slips in there, and an easy 2.
Offensive rebound. Another possession. Nice open shot. And Full Love cleans up the rebound.
And once again, Full Love banging bodies down low and getting the rebound. She has done a great job all night. Actually, just a shout out to all the Ravens defensive players tonight. They're doing a great job, and here they're going to try to play that pick and roll. And she finds Sky Jasper and just a little short, but that's a great play once again.
That's another hot spot for Sky Jasper. Normally makes those 9 times out of 10. And a foul on the other end. And that will go against Lucy Burke. But as the way Lucy Burke has been shooting, Matt, have you ever played NBA Jam where you make a ton of shots and the player turns on fire? That's how I imagine Lucy Burke right now.
Exactly. You see her head getting bigger, and you just see all of the confidence coming in. And right now, if I was a scout, you got to start looking at her as one of those players that can turn around your team just by her shooting. From the 3, she hasn't shot anything else but that and has yet made 7 out of 10 of them. So you definitely got to start thinking how this will affect your team in the long run, and you got to start integrating some more 3 plays for this Ravens offense.
3:25 left in the third quarter, 56-28 ball game. And Tanksley pull up from the free throw line. Can't get the extra roll. So here comes the Cougars. To the lane. And interception from Sky Jasper, and Coffeyville gets the possession.
And right now, all of Lucy Burke's points are from 3, and she has 21 points. To think about that, that's a great mark for her. She usually only averages about 8 or 9 points a game, and right now averaging double that right now, 21 points a game, all from 3, 7 for 10. Definitely got to keep feeding her the ball and help her get the ball so they can extend this lead even further.
Fresh shot clock for the Lady Red Ravens. It looks like they'll slow up the pace and get some offense rolling. Full of. Just too tough of a shot. Nice defense by the Cougars. Nice Euro step. And Full of doesn't get the call again as she's got 2 fouls from 2 blocking fouls.
And once again, how she got the first blocking foul, that person, that is Jalen Stapleton, does that Euro step to kind of throw him off. And that's a smart play right there to think, hey, they're going to try to take the charge. Let's try to make it look like they're not trying to take the charge and do that Euro step and get me to the line. And like you said, she's a great free throw shooter, above 80%. So she gets 1 to go, and let's see if she can bring her team only down by 16. They're down by 17 right now.
Sarah Barrio checking the ball game. And I believe Ciandra Lee will also come in for the Lady Red Ravens. Meanwhile, Stapleton will get another shot at the line. Second one is good. Makes it a 26 deficit. Lead to the hoop. A nice dump off to Barrio. She can't get it to fall, and now here comes Stapleton. Pull up jumper. Miss. Offensive rebound. And the strength of Alexis Wooden to get the defensive board.
And Alexis Wooden in the first half, 5 rebounds. So you got to think, and that's 6 right there. She could go for 10 rebounds. She may be able to get a double-double because she also has 5 points to her name. Or, excuse me, 4 points to her name. So definitely working on her. And there's Sarah. She throws it up at the very end of the shot clock and somehow gets it to go. And now her team is up by 28.
That shot was almost off the shot clock. Somewhere found the rim, and Sarah Barrio finally gets on the stat sheet. Stapleton jumper falls. She's had a nice second half.
Definitely, and right now you see her actually producing like she's accustomed to. And right now you just got to ride that right now, give her the ball and see what she can do with it. Also give NATO the ball and see what she can do with it. You got to somehow get a nice little run and try to get back in this game.
Stapleton, 0 points in the first half and has got 6 in the second. And McCree to the hoop and gets fouled with 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and she will have 2 shots at the line.
And Tatiana McCree had only 1 for 9 from the field, 1 for 5 from the 3, ended up with 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. So a good all-around game. Just needs to shoot a little better. A lot of those came from those contested threes, but I believe if she harnesses her energy and does a great job, she's only a freshman, but really kind of plays with a mentality of an upperclassman, she can definitely do a great job and build on this lead for the Red Ravens.
So McCree, second shot is off. So 25 seconds left. The Cougars with the possession, down by a lot. Four on the shot clock. Do they recognize it?
And that's great defense by Tatiana McCree. Like I said, she kind of plays like an upperclassman, only being a freshman. Does a great job right there anticipating the pass. And now they only have 3 seconds, 1 second on the shot clock to make a decision. And it's going to be 0.2 seconds to go. And you think that they're just going to hold the ball and they're going to go into the third quarter with a big lead. You got to kind of think that this game is kind of out of reach right now for the Cougars.
Yeah, unless they got a shooter like Lucy Burke that can rattle off 5 or 6 threes in a row. Cougars have a huge mountain to climb in here in the fourth quarter.
Exactly, and one thing that you got to keep on pointing at for this Ravens offense is Lucy Burke and her three-point shooting. Really, everyone from this, she's made, 7 out of 10 threes. She's done a great job getting her teammates involved by, the screenplay right there. And she has definitely been the leader. And, of course, Sky Jasper has been another great leader, getting points, rebounds, and being a vocal leader. You got to start wondering if this Lady Red Ravens offense can do this every night. And I know they can, so they can go on another 4-game winning streak, get up in that conference, and get home court advantage on that first game of the tournament.
So they'll set 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Coffeyville trying to improve to 9-7, maybe 7-5 in conference. And Barton sitting at 10-5 and 7-4 in conference. So again, need a huge mountain to climb, and definitely would have to take a huge meltdown by the Lady Red Ravens to maybe lose this one.
Exactly, and right now, the Lady Red Ravens, of course, are doing a great job completing this upset. A lot of people didn't think they could do it, but they're doing a great job showing that they don't care how they're ranked coming in. They care about the game at hand, and right now they're taking care of it. And Tatiana McCree will go to the line to bring her team. If she makes these two, will bring her team up by 29 points.
Yeah, Matt, I think I've seen the largest run maybe in the college basketball, a 27-2 run, and I believe that was in the second quarter. That's one of the largest runs I've seen, and again, in college basketball, and they did that by shooting a bunch of threes from Lucy Burke, and Sky Jasper was hot from the field, and a lot of turnovers by Barton. They had 12 in the first half, and Coffeyville only had 2, and that was kind of the story of the first half.
Exactly, and right there, you just saw once again, getting in passing lanes, double teaming, doing a great job there. That's a great shot right there. That is by Rian White. She has done really not a lot this game and does a good job coming off the bench. 2 points a game, 2 rebounds, but didn't get on the board in the first half. But let's see if this Barton squad can harness some energy this last couple minutes and do a great job.
Yeah, Ryan White only got 2 minutes and 54 seconds in the first half. She came into the game and hit a big 3, contested 3. And now let's see if the Cougars can maybe put a little run here.
And you see Lucy Burke waiting to go in, so you got to start waiting to see if she can hit more of those threes. Let's see if this kind of second unit squad can keep on getting this lead larger and larger.
Nice head fake from Barrio. Dishing it off. And a foul from Alexis Wood, and she'll go to the line.
And that's a great job. She had the open jumper, then head faked, drove in, found the open person, and Alexis Wooden just couldn't get to go, unfortunately, but did a great job getting to the line.
And another person that does a lot without the ball is Alexis Wooden. She gets in the spots to get rebounds and does a nice job cutting to the basket like she did there and getting the ball from Sarah Barrio and having 2 free throws at the line, getting one of the 2.
Exactly, Alexis Wooden. And there's a turnover, and Lee gets it and passes it to Lucy Burke. Oh, and almost hits another one. And the rebound by Alexis Wooden, and it is good. Alexis Wooden, 7 a game she usually gets, and 5 rebounds. But she's doing a great job tonight. And I believe she's up to 7 points right now and 7 rebounds. So she's on her way to get a double-double in these last couple minutes.
And you'll see Fratalia Nato get on the stat sheet in the second half. She was kind of non-existent from the second quarter on.
Yeah, she definitely was hot in that first quarter and then kind of faded off once the Ravens matched her intensity down low, and she just couldn't find an answer. Let's see if she can do it now. And then you see it, Barrero fighting for the ball, and then Nato gets it back, but then has a turnover, and the Ravens finally get control of it.
Oh, a nice drive to the hoop from Barrio. She's used that shot fake, and it's worked to perfection.
Yeah, you got to start saying maybe she's been practicing a lot on that, because it looks almost like she's been, practicing a lot, and she does a great job there. Pump, fake, then a head fake, drives it in, easy 2 points.
3-pointer falls.
3 points, Barton. We have a timeout.
And cuts it to again, 26 ball game. That was Madison Dirks on the 3-pointer. Again, she only got 2 minutes and 38 seconds in the first half, but getting her time to play down by a lot. She hits a 3, so Barton also trying to bring in their second teamers or the players that don't normally get the most minutes.
And so with this game pretty much wrapped up, one thing that you got to look at for the Cougars is what did they start doing that didn't let them slide into this big of a deficit? What do you think they could have done better, Logan?
Well, Coffeyville didn't really turn over the ball, and Bart turned over the ball a whole bunch. So Coffeyville gave themselves extra possessions, extra shots, and Barton needed to do a little bit more of a job on the defensive end. And it seems like Barton has really settled for 3-point shots. It's going to hurt. Way short. Almost a pass to Barrio and a give off, and that's good.
And that's a great job. Barrero, she comes in. She's doing a great job. She's scoring, getting rebounds, getting assists. You got to love her presence when she comes off the bench every day and night, of course.
Full love getting that rebound, and she's almost been the unsung hero here tonight. If you say Lucy Burke wasn't going to get the MVP of this game, I think Full Love would have definitely some honorable mentions.
And right there you see Full Love to Lucy Burke. Great job down low. I believe that's the first shot I've ever seen her shoot down low. And she does a great job there. And now I believe she's up to 23 points tonight, Logan. That is a great option you have on offense when you can shoot that well from 3, still go down low, give screens, and, of course, just all around great leadership. You hate to lose her as a sophomore, but you love to see how she's grown in such a short amount of time.
And Lucy Burke had 12 points at Barton, and you'd only guess those were 4 threes. So a kickball violation. So you'll see Barton sub in again, Jalen Stampleton. And what you like to see from this Barton team is a lot of Kansas talent. You got Ryan White from Ottawa, Kansas. Jalen Stampleton from Meade, Kansas, if I'm pronouncing that right. Taylor Regan from Albert, Kansas. Michaela Jellison from Protection, Kansas. And another tough one, Madison Dirks, freshman from Montezuma, Kansas. And then you got Mallory Miller from Goddard, Kansas. Taylor Nichols from Dodge City, obviously Kansas. So that's what you like to see.
And Lucy Burke with the big block on Stapleton right there to put the staple in the game. This game is pretty much out of reach, and Lucy Burke definitely the MVP of this game right now. I believe she could get KJCCC Player of the Week right now, the way she's been playing. I mean, you got to start thinking this game doesn't need to get too out of reach. You got to let your second unit get in. This is a great win for Coffeyville to have so many injuries. Of course, main injuries were Naylon Smith. She is a key part of this offense, 9 a game. Kaylee Brown, a great person off the bench and a great person to start with. Adelina Carr, a great person off the bench. Those 3 people right there account for a good chunk of this offense, and the Ravens seem like they don't seem to miss them too much the way they're playing tonight.
And we keep talking about a second team, but with all these injuries, it's hard for Coach Harold to have his regular bench and his regular bench players come off the bench, so some of the starters still stay in. And a nice floater, a nice shot by, I believe, Dirks.
Mallory Miller.
Oh, Mallory Miller, excuse me. See a little bit of a timeout. And Coffeyville up 70-45. 3:24 left in the fourth quarter. I'm Logan Mance alongside Matt Dick. And Coffeyville, if you just now tuning in, really took over the game with a 27-2 run in holding Barton to only 4 points in that second quarter. And then Coffeyville scored 24 in that second quarter. And they really took off. That allowed them to gain a 41-17 advantage at halftime. And really all they did have to keep their foot on the gas, which they've done this second half. And again, scoring 70 points here tonight, and their normal average is around 66, or 61, excuse me. So with 3 minutes and 24 seconds, you're way past your average and shooting the ball well.
Exactly. That is a great point right there, Logan. They're playing great offense, great defense, obviously by the score, because these Barton Cougars average around 70 points a game. So you got to start saying when you're holding people down more than 20, almost, I mean, below 20 of what they usually get a game, you're playing some great defense. And, of course, you know you're shooting the ball well when you're almost 10 above your game.
It looked like Full Love kind of stuttered before she shot, allowed for a travel, going the other way. So talking about some games coming ahead for the Lady Red Ravens, got at Cali County January 13th, and then they come home again January 17th against Allen County, and then the big rivalry matchup January 20th versus Independence. And then they go at Dodge City the 24th. So Coffeyville, a good solid victory as we speak. And then they will face the top team in the conference, Cali County. So Coach Harrell's team is primed to face the big talent in the KJCC.
Exactly, and you also got to look at Independence as a big game. That game starts at 5, and both teams go at each other constantly the whole game. So you gotta tune in, to Red Raven TV, watch the biggest rivalry game since the Bedlam or whatever rivalry you like to have, Alabama and Auburn, the Iron Bowl. That crushes all of them. Coffeyville and Independence, biggest rivalry in America. So you got to tune in, and you got to see if our very own Red Ravens can come out with a win.
Yeah, and then stay tuned here on Red Raven TV to catch the men's action. Again, Coffeyville will be lined up against the number 21 ranked Cougars, and again the number 1 team in the KJCC at 13-2. So stay tuned. That game will take off at 7:30.
And that was a great shot right there by Maurice Scales. Only averages 0.5 a game because she doesn't get a lot of time, but right now you're going to get a lot of time when 4 or 5 of your players are injured, and right there she shows off her skills. And a nice Euro step by Full Love. Definitely, like we've been saying, she has done great job producing off the bench and definitely is kind of sniffing and scratching at that starting role. What do you think about Logan?
Got 7 points and done a good job on the defensive end and a lot of rebounds and just a lot of stuff that doesn't fit that stat sheet, and she's done it here tonight. But Mari Scales with 4 points above her average at 1.
And, of course, we were talking about the men's game. That's going to be a nice clash of some great teams. Of course, your very own Coffeyville Red Ravens ranked number 18 in the nation for junior college. And, of course, the Barton Cougars ranked 21 in the nation. So you definitely got to say that's going to be a nice nail-biting game down to the very end. Of course, you got TJ Washington, a very good prospect for all the D1 commitments or D1 scholarships he's gotten. And Cedric Rowland, he's a good person to have. And one person that you got to look at that I always love to talk about is Marvin Johnson. He actually went to Edmond North in his high school and won his state championship his senior year. So he knows about winning and he knows how to have fun. So let's see if your very own Red Ravens could take one home right here at 7:30.
And it's crazy, the KJCC so tough that each team just seems to knock each other out of the rankings. And you got to think if Coffeyville wins tonight against Barton, they'll be knocked out of the rankings. But Coffeyville receiving votes for the rankings, and Hutch sitting there at number 8 in the league, or number 8 in the nation, excuse me. So a battle between the top team in the league and the third top team in the league. But 24 seconds left in the game, and Coffeyville just trying to dry out the clock. Natalia Shuttle finally getting in there, and she gets a point.
And that's a great shot at the end of the game, but it's not going to matter much when you're down by 25, and that's a great win by the Ravens. You got to applaud them for their great defense tonight. And, of course, Lucy Burke for shooting the lights out from downtown.
Lucy Burke with 23 points. And we'll wrap it up. I'm Logan Mance alongside Matt Dix. Stay tuned for the men's game. And it's a 76-51 ball game. Lady Red Ravens come out with the victory. And you're watching Red Raven TV.